Do you ever feel weak? Do you feel like you don't have what it takes? Do you ever feel like you're just stuck on a hamster wheel of life? In this video, I'm going to tell you how to stop living weak and live the life that you're meant to live. Let's dive in. All right, guys, well, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are finding this video as the first video that you're finding, welcome. I'm excited about this video, and I hope that it really helps you live the life that you're meant to live. So I want to talk to you about feeling like you don't have what it takes, feeling like you are weak, feeling like you're undisciplined, feeling like you are always running out of energy, running out of time, you're running out of mental capacity, bandwidth. And I'll be the first to admit that this was me. I always felt like I didn't have enough time. Always felt like I didn't have enough mental capacity. Always felt like I was just burning a candle at both ends and didn't know what else to do. But the reality is that if you had audited my life and looked at how much time I sat on my phone, or how much time I watched TV, or how much time I wasted doing things that were not meaningful, you would discover that I was not living up to my full potential. And this is a really hard reality to face. It is for me. It will be for you as well. But the reality is, at this moment, if you're watching this video, you're probably not living up to your potential, and you know it. That's why you're watching this video. So in this video, I want to show you how to really stop living a weak-minded life. I'm going to show you how to strengthen your mind, get resilient, and do something different with the trajectory of your life. There's a bigger plan for you. There's a bigger plan for your relationships. There's a bigger plan for your business. And the reality is the only person that's holding you back is you. So how do we overcome that? Well, I'm going to talk to you about that in this video. So as we previously said, you might feel like you don't have what it takes. The reality is that everything that you need to be successful is already inside of you. It's inside of you. You might not know where it is. You might not know what to do or how to access it, but you have what you need to be successful. You will always live up to your minimum standards and no more. So for some of you that are watching this, you've had moments where you were days away from the electricity getting cut off. You were days away from the water getting shut off. And you found a way to make more money or to get the money that you needed so that didn't happen, right? Because your standard was that I'm not the kind of person that doesn't have running water. I'm not the kind of person that doesn't have electricity in my house. The truth was when your back was up against a wall, you made a way, you found a way. But what's sad is that we'll live this way on really low levels, really low standards, but we never raise our standards. We never say that I'm gonna be the kind of person that lives this way, that has this kind of marriage, that parents this kind of way, that has this kind of relationship with God, that makes this kind of money. And so as your standards stay the same, you'll never exceed your minimum standard. And so here's the truth. You're probably soft. You're probably weak in some areas of your life. You probably believe that you don't have anything else in the tank, but here's my challenge to you. Number one is that is not true. There is more in the tank. You do have more deep inside of you that you can do, and the reality is that your life rarely changes unless you do. Very rarely does your life change for the better unless you change for the better. You have to start thinking differently, you have to start acting differently, and you have to get your habits in accordance with where you want to go. You are stronger than you can possibly imagine, and you have what you need in order to do what you've been called to do. You are holding yourself back with your limiting thoughts from the life that you've always dreamed of, the life that was meant for you. So one of the ways you can get out of this rut is you have to have a hard reset. And I'm just going to be very transparent with you for a moment. This is where I found myself as I came to the end of 2022. I actually found myself depressed a lot, anxious, worried about the future, and just feeling sad, even though my life had looked better than it had in a long time. And what was happening was that even though my circumstances on the outside looked pretty good, I was weak on the inside. I wasn't focused. I didn't set my gaze on where I wanted to go and where I felt like God wanted to take me. And the reality was that there were things inside of me that needed to change. So one of the things that my wife has done a couple times is she's done a program called 75 Hard. Now 75 Hard, if you haven't heard of it, it's from Andy Frisella. He's the owner of First Form Supplements. It's a huge supplement company. He hosts a podcast. Pretty intense guy, to be honest. He's super intense. But inside of this program, 75 Hard, essentially it's a mental toughness challenge is what it is. Now, will your body change for the better? Yes. Well, will your circumstances change for the better? Yes. But it's really designed to challenge you mentally, push you to your limits, and for you to develop habits around being mentally disciplined, okay? So let me just walk you through what 75 hard is because I actually just started this challenge. And I'm going to challenge you to consider doing it with me, okay? Right out of the gate, it's hard. It's called 75 hard. It's difficult. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult. Why? Because you're trying to change your environment. You're trying to change what happens on the inside of you so that you can control what's on the outside of you better, right? So here's what makes up the 75 hard challenge. Number one is you have to do 2 45-minute workouts every single day. You have to do 2 45-minute workouts every single day, and one of those has to be outside. This is really hard, but it's really hard because no matter what the weather looks like, you got to do a workout outside. If it's super cold, you got to do a workout outside. If it's super hot, you got to do a workout outside. If it's raining, you got to do a workout outside. If it's snowing, you got to do a workout outside. It doesn't matter. You got to get a workout done outside. So 2 45-minute workouts every single day. And by the way, if you miss any of these things, if you do not do any of these things I'm about to mention for 75 days, if you miss one thing, one day, you start back over at day 1. That's what makes it so difficult. You have to do it. Number 2 is you have to read 10 pages of a physical hard book that's a nonfiction book every single day. Now, this is not something that's actually that hard to do, but you have to set aside time for it and make it a priority. Number 3, which in my personal opinion is probably the most difficult part of the entire 75 hard challenge, that is you have to drink a gallon of water every single day. Why do you have to drink a gallon of water every single day? Well, because studies show that those that drink half a gallon of water or more per day are much healthier. The reality is that it's just hard to do. It's hard to drink a gallon of water every day. So that's probably why he put it in the challenge. But you got to drink a gallon of water every day. In fact, here is my half gallon of water. This is my second half of the day. But you got to drink a gallon of water every day. The next one is you have to follow a diet. Okay? You have to follow a diet to the T. Now, he does not tell you what diet you have to follow, but whatever it is, you have to commit to it, and there's no cheating on your diet, okay? So for me, I'm a busy guy. I own multiple businesses. I'm also a pastor. I'm a husband. I'm a father. So there's lots going on in my day all the time. So what I just determined I was going to do is I was just going to count calories. There's an app called MyFitnessPal that'll help you do that. It's super simple, super straightforward. You can scan the barcode of what you're eating, or you can enter it in and select it. You don't actually have to add anything up or do anything. I determined that my resting metabolic rate, which is how many calories I'm gonna burn every day, regardless of what I do, was like 1,900 calories. And then I determined to eat 1,750 calories a day, plus the exercise. I should be losing about 1 pound a week. You gotta follow the diet to a T, which leads me to my next point, is that there are no cheat meals or alcohol while you're on 75 hard. Okay, it means no alcohol, period. You can't drink any alcohol, and you can't have cheat meals. You can't go binge, eat giant burgers, fries. Even if it fits into your calories, that's still cheating. No foods that run your diet. Zach, that sounds super hard. For 75 days? Yes, for 75 days. And yes, it's super hard. One of the most freeing things that I realized was that it's just gonna be hard, and that's the way that it's supposed to be. Okay. Once I determined that in my mind, I realized that this is something that I can do. And then the last one, which is super easy to do, is just take a progress picture every day. You don't have to show these progress pictures to anybody. They're for you, but you take a progress picture. If you're a guy, just with shorts and your shirt off. If you're a girl, you can wear a sports bra and shorts. But it's so that you can see your body begin to change over the next 75 days. Again, you don't have to show those to anybody. They're private for you, but you have to do it. If you do all this and you go to bed and you fall asleep and you did not take a progress picture, you got to start over at day 1. So I'm doing this right now because I was tired of living below my potential. If you're watching this right now, heart to heart, if you're tired of living below your potential, you need to do a reset. You need to change your life. And no one's going to come into your life and save you. No one's going to knock on your front door and give you $1 million. No one's going to give you a business. No one's going to give you the skills that make you successful. You have to determine that you're going to take the bull by the horns and you're going to take control of your life. There are some things that I believe that are up to me, and there are some things that I believe are up to God, and I pray like it's up to God, and I work like it's up to me. That's one of my life mottos. Now, for you, what is it that you have not been taking control of that you know you need to take control of? What things in your life have you not been doing that you know you need to do? What disciplines have you been not doing that you know make a world of difference? And the thing that I'm beginning to understand about life and goals and making money and having a great family is that the things that are easy to do are just as easy to not do. And the things that are easy to do that move the needle in a major way over time, you don't really see them making a very big difference on a day-to-day basis. So it's very easy to not do those things. but the little consistencies in your life add up over time. It's like compound interest. It just continues to grow and grow and grow until your life looks radically different 2, 3, 5 years from now, because you chose to focus on the things you could control and you did them consistently. So the last thing I'm just going to say is that I'm really not doing this to master my body. There is a diet involved. There's drinking a gallon of water. There are workouts involved, and your body is absolutely going to change for the better. But I'm not doing this to master my body. I'm doing it to master my mind. Because if I can master my mind in the next 75 days, I know that I can change the way that I live. I can change my goals, and I can achieve what I've always felt like has been limiting for me. And so just real quick, I've been getting up every morning at like 5 or 6 o'clock every single morning, and I've been getting both of my workouts done. I've been drinking half my gallon of water. I've been getting my reading done. I've been taking my progress pic. I've been following my diet. I've been doing all that stuff, and I'm doing most of it before my day even actually starts, before I actually go to work, because I've set my mind to do it. Now, if you had asked me a year ago, if I could do this, I would have told you no, there's no way. But the reality is that there is a way. You get in bed, quit laying in bed till midnight or 1 o'clock on your phone, put your phone down at 10 o'clock and go to sleep. Get up early. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this episode up, but hopefully this is a challenge to you to go figure out how to take control of your life. If you feel like you're stuck, it's because your mind is weak. You're not strong mentally. You can't push yourself. You can't challenge yourself without folding under the pressure. And so I wanted to change that. And if that's you, then I encourage you to join me on the 75 Hard Challenge. And let me know in the comments if you do. You can check out Andy Frisella and the 75 Hard Challenge. It's everywhere. There's probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos about it. And there's an app for it as well. That's, I think, like $4.95 to get the app. But other than that, there's no expenses. There's not a cost to do the challenge, and it'll change your life. So with that being said, guys, if you like this episode, please subscribe. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what your goals are this year for 2023, and I want to be there to support you along the way. So with that being said, love you, appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.